Hi guys. So today my little live is about my favourite word, connection. It's inspired, funnily enough, by my children. Today they get back from the bush and they're in Zimbabwe in Africa and I'm in Australia. And I get to do Daddy Christmas with them via a telephone, which is never ideal, but it really got me thinking again about this word that I seem to come back to all the time, and that is connection. So what I was inspired by was firstly my kids, but then I went straight back to the early years with them when they were really small. And people ask me now, what is it that makes me such a good dad, or what gives me this ability to work and understand children the way I do? And quite simply, you've got it right in that post there, and you've got it in what I'm talking about here, and that is that I get down into their world, I look them in the eyes and I treat them as equals. It's hard to explain that in detail. Well, you can't, because it's that simple. And it's like most of the stuff I talk about. I know as humans we love the sound of words and we love to go into complicated explanations, but the reality is it is as simple as, instead of standing up and over, or sitting on a couch looking down, or you're sitting on a chair looking down, it's as simple as really sitting on the floor and watching them, watching how they connect with the world, watching how they see, watching how they understand things. And I talk about this a lot, how deeply and how incredibly beautiful their connection is with the world around them. And that as they grow older, they start to mimic our level of disconnection, or as I like to call it, devolution, because in my humble opinion, this whole idea of connection and how much we're doing exactly what I'm doing right now, which is staring into a screen, is devolving us as humans. We are beings of energy, whether you like it or not, whether you're a spiritual, whether you're a hippie, or whether you're a scientist, we're made of energy. And the more and more we stare into these devices, the more and more we get pulled into this pure mental energy, the more we disconnect from the very thing that we're probably put here to live through and experience. So today I'm asking people to do a little exercise, and it's called exercise for a reason, because it'll take a little bit of discipline and it'll take a little bit of commitment. It's 3 minutes of your life, and the instructions are in the post, but I'll share it again now. What I want you to do, and it's easy for me because I've got one right in front of me, is find a plant, find a flower, or if you're lucky enough to have your kids in front of you, get down into their world. Same goes with the plant, or your pets, or a flower, and stare. Okay, deeply and intensely look. Use your eyes in a manner that doesn't just collect information for the conscious mind to work your way through your daily life, but connect. Look at the depth of detail in the plant. Look at the depth of detail in your children's eyes. If your partner's in the house, go and spend 3 minutes looking at the details in their face. Watch the details of how they interact with the world around them. But like I said, for me, the most potent and the most important version of this is get down on the floor with your kids, look them deep and long in the eyes, and understand their world. 3 minutes. What they'll teach you, what they'll give you, and what you'll stand up smiling about is what I'd love to see people share. Now, I'll add lastly that I don't expect too much of a reaction to this live, because it's probably, for the 3 minute task I'm asking, one of the least used of the tools I give to my clients, because it's confronting. People don't like to sit for 3 minutes straight and do nothing. Even more so when I ask them to intently now look at and give me detail on what a flower or a plant or their child's eyes look like. They're uncomfortable with that. So I'm very aware that these lives go straight over the top of people's heads, but I'm going to keep doing them, because I know that somewhere through this I'm going to start to help people understand the importance of these simple little things that surround us daily, how important they are to this idea of connection, and how that when we're able to practice them with discipline and commitment, they help us to become balanced versions of ourselves. When we balance that heart and that mind, that body and that soul, We bring it all back into a complete and balanced system, unaltered, the way we were born, like our kids, like nature, when we don't mess with it. So go and spend 3 minutes, connect. We'll see if anyone takes up the challenge. Either way, it's been fun as always, people, and I'll talk to you all again soon.